Well, I need to take my camera off. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
making me paranoid. I
Take your
don't know
time.
how to do that.
Yeah, take your time. We can't see it, so.
Okay, there it goes. I don't want people.
So, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're eating?
Yeah, chips and fries and a piece of pizza.
Where'd you get that food?
It's a place called Citygate. They have free lunches.
Okay.
The guy moved me along from a place that I was always sitting every time I come up there, but for some reason today it's got to be a problem.
Hello, Elizabeth. The people are getting in. 12 viewers. Hey, Jackie.
Oh, hey, Jackie. Our mutual friend Jackie. She's really nice.
She sure is. So, how are you?
But somebody on Instagram said something really stupid.
What did they say?
He's like, don't give in to those people wanting those podcasts from me if they're just trying to use you.
Are
Like,
they?
well, I'm like, dude, the guy sends me food every time I do a podcast with him. I don't think he's trying to use me.
Right.
And he'd stood up the dudes, people that talk shit. He's like, well, it'll get his podcast famous, but not you. I'm like, I don't care. It'll get his podcast famous, I guess.
Well, I don't think it's going to get really famous because this is the last episode.
Well, famous enough.
Are you famous?
I don't know. Would you go that way with me?
I think you're famous.
I don't think a lot of famous people don't have girlfriends.
I don't think you're famous for the right reasons, though.
That's their problem.
Is it?
There's just a bunch of COVID-19 sluts talking shit.
Elizabeth asked, Lucas, are you at Red Cross?
No.
Where are you?
Outside of a place called Citygate where they feed homeless people.
Okay.
The lunches are better than House of Charity.
Yeah, talking about House of Charity. What happened?
Well, I said something that could have carried on to a different conversation, and the cop was like blocking me from talking to her. When it would have been fine if the cop wasn't there. Well, it wasn't a cop, it was a security guard, but they're all pigs.
They're all pigs?
I hate those fucking people.
Why?
Because they're a bunch of fucking assholes.
I have a friend
Nobody
who's a
likes-
security guard. I like him.
Well, yeah, I don't like people like that.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Because they're just trying to, like, they could do it without the cops. They could do it with security cameras and other ways.
Someone asked, have you got a new apartment now?
No, but I have money saved up and I've been looking.
Looking?
Yeah, I mean, I've emailed a couple places on Craigslist and left text messages
Okay.
over the phone. Maybe tomorrow somebody will get back to me. If not, I might go to the Snap office to see what they've got because I have the money.
So what happened at House of Charity? So the security guard's a cunt. But what happened?
Yeah. Well, I was talking to a chick and he just was like blocking me.
A chick? Just one?
Yeah.
Okay, so here I have someone from House of Charity who said you were talking to a group of chicks.
I don't recall that.
You
I
were
haven't had a
screaming
girlfriend
at
in 4
them.
years. No.
No? Then what happened?
No. I said something.
And what did you say?
I said I was just said stuff on telomerase.
Okay, so do you remember what you said?
And I said that it's kind of bigoted. That I don't remember.
Okay.
Fuck you all. I don't like any of you. You realize that I hate all of you, right? Not okay. No, I don't. I just hate your age phobia and your classism. It needs to end right now. I'm gonna put a bullet in my fucking head. I'm tired of you. You fucking cock block us when we go to the bars. You fucking talk shit every time we go down there.
Okay.
You know, every time I try to go someplace to find somebody, somebody's got to run their fucking mouth.
Okay, we'll go back to House of Charlie a little later. So I want to ask, this morning at 9 a.m., you had to go to court?
Mm-hmm.
What happened? Why?
Because I go there every Tuesday
Oh, okay.
for talking about bigotry at the park.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. We discussed it, episode 3, I think.
Something.
Something like that. Someone said, good luck with the finale. I think that's for you.
Spokane's fucking weird, man. Like, douchebags will walk past with 2 girlfriends holding hands with 2 of them and ask you, are you okay? No, I'm not fucking okay. 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 Drop a bitch, you greedy fucking Zoomers. I'm tired of this shit. Drop one. Introduce me to a chick instead of being a bunch of fucking greedy assholes. I'm this way. I'm pissed off because your generation is a generation of cockblocks and hypocrites.
So now you're a vegan?
I'm looking into it.
And how's it going so far?
It's okay. I've tried some cheeses and some cheese dips.
Was it good?
And yeah, I mean, there's a feta that I tried from BioLife that I really liked, and one from Chow Cheese. I'm just trying to look at different vegan cheeses and meats and seeing if I like them. So far, the cheeses are pretty good. Like, I've tried this nut cheese dip made from sunflower seeds, and it tasted just like cheese dip. It was really good. Like, got these Triscuit knockoffs.
Beep, beep.
You know, people will roll past honking their horns all day in this town. It's annoying.
Okay, so someone called me and they said they collection your attraction signs, the signs you left around Spokane. So far they have 2.
Maybe they should stop taking my shit down off the poles and being cockblocks. You're preventing me from finding a girlfriend. No, shut up! You're preventing me from finding a girlfriend. Stop taking them off the fucking poles and quit being fascist pigs and cockblocking me. Fuck you.
It's collectible items.
Leave my shit alone. I taped it up there. I put it up there for a reason, not to be removed, you dickheads. Fuck you.
Okay, so
fascist fucking pigs.
You're going back
to
college.
Put them back on the poles. Put them back on the poles.
You're going back to college?
Assholes. Yeah, I am.
Is it to meet bays?
It's to get a job and earn some credits and make some money and to meet women.
I remember you said you wouldn't go back to college until you find a girlfriend.
Well, that doesn't prove good because every time I go to the bars, somebody's there to cockblock me. If I'm just sitting there being calm, people gotta run their fucking mouths and talk shit. These fucking COVID-ass sluts. Fuck you, fuck COVID, fuck your orgy of gangbang, fuck your greed, fuck your classism, fuck your age phobia, and fuck your hypocrisy. Let me get a girlfriend, or introduce me to someone, or be someone, instead of your shit.
Someone in the comments said, Isaac, take them off the poles.
Isaac was doing that, and I said, dude, if you do that again, we're not friends. You're cockblocking me. Knock it off. And he said that he wasn't going to do it anymore.
So you're taking Mandarin in college?
Huh? I was thinking of it. Seems like a way to learn a new language, maybe get an A and meet some interesting Asian girls.
Asian girls?
They're hot, man.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think of all the chicks in the world, I like Asian looking chicks the most.
So is Isaac cock blocking you?
He was, and I told him to knock it off, or it wasn't going to be his friend anymore.
Are you still his friend?
Yeah, because he said he would stop.
Okay.
That's
I
shitty behavior.
By the way, we have 40 viewers.
40? Hey, to all 40 viewers. Stop being classist and age phobic and introduce me to women, assholes.
Okay, so since
Be the girl. Be the chick.
Since the House of Charity incident, you're homeless and shelterless now?
I was kind of just staying away for a while, and then I came back and tried to get a bed again, but they weren't taking very many people, so I got to go there early enough. I went at 4 o'clock the other day, and was just like, people were just running their mouths, yakety yakety yak.
At House of Charity?
Yeah, in the line. Like, I was like talking to one of the nurses, and my friend apparently was there like, hey, Lucas, how you doing? What are you doing? Hey, how you doing? As I'm talking to this chick, just my nurse friend, like, don't do that shit. Don't talk when I'm talking to women, you assholes.
Someone in the comments said, hi, Lucas.
Hi?
Okay, so when you went, okay, no, actually, how long are you banned from House of Charity? Is it only
just for
30
that.
days?
No, just for that one day I asked.
Oh, okay. But you haven't went to House of Charity since.
I tried, but it's hard to get a bed when it's cold outside.
Wait, so they're not letting you in?
Well, you got to go there early enough to be at the front of the line. So.
Oh, okay. Was the nurse pretty? Someone said in the comments.
They're all pretty. I talk to them all the time. My buddy was there just like, he's kind of retarded, like actually kind of retarded.
Okay.
And he was talking when I was talking to her. And I was ignoring him because I'm trying to talk to my friend who's a nurse. And I kind of flirt with them a little too, and they're always responsive to it. Like, who else am I going to talk to? I hate talking to dudes all the fucking time. I like my dude friends, don't get me wrong. I love my dude friends, but I'm sick and tired of always it being dudes. All these bitches walking around with 2 women on their hands, these sheeple clone motherfuckers, asking me, oh, am I okay? No, drop a bitch. Drop a chick. Drop me a chick. It's how you talk. You're not going to ask me how I'm doing when you have 2 girls there or more. I'm glad you're not greedy. I'm glad you're a socialist. No, stop hooking up with 2 chicks.
Okay, so
Capitalist dog.
we're gonna have our first guest.
Yay! So, you were going to do a thing with Walter Fate, and he didn't agree to the condition.
Hold on, here's our guest.
How you doing, Lucas?
Who's this?
It's Jeremiah. How are you doing?
Hey, Jeremiah. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Yourself?
Not quite.
So yeah, you and I are about the same age, and I just I put you on in the garage whenever I'm working on my car, just to kind of motivate myself to keep improving myself.
Oh, really? That's good to know.
No, you're kind of a motivator, I guess.
Sometimes.
Well, anyways, I got some questions here.
Okay.
I don't understand it. I mean, again, you and I are similar in age,
Right.
but I mean, at one point you proposed to an entire generation.
I do little like PR things, stunts, I guess you could say, over the internet. Just because I thought it was funny.
Okay. You also talked about trying to, who was it, Greta Thunberg?
Oh,
Saying that she
her?
was attractive and hot,
She's a cute chick. She's not old enough to date, but she will be in a year. You know what I mean? Like,
That's still a little weird, man.
Not really. I mean, she's going to be 18. And I like people that are politically motivated like that. And I don't know. I would like to meet somebody that's intelligent like her,
Right.
is what I'm thinking. But I never really seem to meet anyone. They're all a bunch of money worshippers and greed mongers and hypocrites and age phobes, and life sucks because of it.
Well,
Like they're like, oh, you got to calm down before you have a girlfriend. Well, if you had a girlfriend, I say to myself, you know, I would be calmed down because I'm calm when I have the girlfriend. People need to care about my existence.
you know, I kind of, I think you're putting the cart before the horse here. I mean, when I was single, one of the things that I did was I improved myself, and then I met my wife.
Yeah, I mean, I do that, but it's hard to do when you're homeless or poor because they only care about money unless they prove otherwise, and I have a girlfriend by that or something, or a date or something. Maybe if somebody would go on a date with me again or Rugrats, I would see how I am on a date as per how I've said I am on dates rather than just going off how I am on a podcast. And if you don't think I'm funny on a podcast, you probably shouldn't listen to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, most people kind of think I'm funny. I mean, I go back and laugh at some of the shit that Goldaor and I talk about.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
if they just gave me that chance, just one damn day, I've already lost 190 pounds. I'm considering veganism and bodybuilding. The whole negativity and dark cloud that people throw at me just needs to end. They're just a bunch of COVID sluts.
So you used to weigh 500 pounds?
400.
That police report they released said you weighed 297.
Yeah, but like before that I weighed 400. I'm probably down to like 210 now.
I mean, I've seen pictures of you, man. I'm 220 or 217, and we don't have the same body type.
I might now. I mean, I think I've lost weight. People are always saying, man, you're losing weight. I'm like, well, all I do is walk.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody wants to hang out with me. It's just you guys, and, you know, that's fun and all, but we all know that we all want girlfriends and shit, and there's people in this group that know all these chicks that Isaac that won't introduce us to anything because they're greedy.
Well, don't you think that maybe, I mean, just before you start worrying about a relationship, you should get a roof over your head, maybe a car, a job, that kind of thing?
I'm not getting a car.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to work at this convenience store, and I stop in there every day. I'm trying to either do that or do a work study at the college. But I'm working on that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at what point am I a viable candidate for a girlfriend? At what point?
Well, I mean, I would say after you have a job, you have a place to live, you're self-sufficient, you're managing your own money. It sounds like you have a payee that's handling your money for you. I mean, you're not exactly screaming, boyfriend material right now.
I always had girlfriends before.
Maybe. I mean, didn't one of those end with what was that? I thought you only had one girlfriend. It was Suzanne, right?
No, I mean, way before that, I've had, like, off and on, had girlfriends. She was the longest one. One was for a couple months. Another one's for a couple months.
Okay.
It's like I go through these dry spells.
Well, 8 years is a hell of a dry spell.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a dry famine. That's like a drought.
Yeah, it's true. But like before that, it was like from the age of 18 to the age of 27.
Okay, well, yeah, but girls at 27, 24, they kind of have a different perspective. When you were 27, I mean, you were most people are trying to get their lives established. I mean, you're 40 now. You should be, not living in a homeless shelter.
I guess. But whatever. I mean, people go around touting how socialist they are, but they're a bunch of classist pigs.
Well,
Gen Z are hypocrites.
Well, saying they want to redistribute the wealth doesn't necessarily mean that they need to go fuck somebody. That doesn't necessarily relate to their pussy and who they want
Then
inside
they're
of it.
hypocrites. Then they're hypocrites. There's no two ways around it. They're lying. They're
No,
capitalists.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They're hypocrites.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, like people say, a bunch of bitches and thoughts.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I
on,
hate them. Huh?
Go ahead. Keep going.
It doesn't mean I hate them. It just means that if they gave me a chance, then I would be a different person.
Yeah.
But it was never about the money with my ex-girlfriends, but apparently Gen Z, it's all about the money.
Well, I mean, you also, for the most part, you had a house. I'm not a house, but you were living somewhere.
An apartment.
Yeah.
But like even when I had an apartment here, it's just a bunch of bigotry, like age phobia and classism. Even when I had an apartment, I couldn't make friends. Nobody wanted to help me out here. I was like, well, where are you meeting all these women at? I'd say to my neighbors, like, they give me a vague answer, like, oh, out there. I'm like, out there where? Like, around. Well, what do you mean around? What does that mean?
Well, here's another question. I mean, so you kind of think that women are just congregated in one spot and you just don't know where that spot is?
Yeah. I went to Fast Eddie's the other day. I walked past it, and like 2 guys swooped 12 chicks.
Wait,
Why?
what?
They 2 guys walked in or walked out with 12 chicks.
And you were thinking they were going to, well, they were probably with their girlfriend and their girlfriend's friends is what I'd assume.
2 guys and 12 chicks.
Okay, well, they're probably out with their girlfriend.
What is that other than greed?
Sounds like a social outing with their girlfriend.
Sounds like
girlfriends.
Sounds like greed. Sounds like greed. No, it is greed. It is what it is. They'll be there like, oh, my Bernie Sanders sticker. I'm a big-time Bernie Sanders fan. Oh, really? It's not about your car? That's why you have 2 girlfriends or 2 girlfriends, you schizo?
So I went out. So last Friday, I went out with my wife and her 3 friends, and I was one guy with 4 women. Does that make me greedy?
Kinda.
How so?
I mean, well, not as much. I mean, but these guys, it was like 2 guys and 12 chicks.
Okay, but
That's greed.
But you're assuming these 2.
No,
so your assumption.
No, I'm not going to accept what it is. It is what it is. They're greedy little hypocrites.
Okay, so your assumption.
No.
Hang on, let's reframe. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Your assumption is that these 2 guys are fucking these 12 chicks.
Apparently, it's just a big gangbang. No one follows the social distancing thing. They're a bunch of assholes. They're like, oh, another slut to fuck every week, another slut to fuck. They're just giving into the greed. Hey, Gen Z, why are you giving into these greedy guys when you're against greed? Oh, you want to flash your 5 girl to 1 guy thing and make people want to consider suicide. Fine, pass me a gun. I'm tired of it. I don't want to see any more of this shit.
I mean, I think you're misinterpreting. Okay, I understand
classist
that.
age folks. Wake up. That's what they are. They're a bunch of goddamn telomere-treated assholes. They don't care. They have no love.
All right.
They're just a bunch of dickheads.
Let me ask you another question. A couple years ago, you made a video about how kids were funny and were walking out. 4-year-olds were walking up saying, "I will have sex with you."
Yeah, it was weird. Like they were just being like that. Like what the? How come the parents aren't like minding, like trying to maintain their kids when they're saying all these weird ass things? It's like I was sitting in a sushi restaurant. These like little kids were talking sexually, and the parents are just like watching this happen, and just not smiling or anything, but not managing their kids. And it's stuff that I've studied, where like people are becoming more promiscuous.
I don't, I have a 6-year-old little girl.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been around a lot of small children. I don't think any of them know what sex is. I mean, much less would go up and say, "I will have sex with you." They
do that though. They were doing that. They were just talking like that. I mean, like little kids today watch all this porn over the internet too. I'm not trying to act all conservative about it. I'm just saying that there's exposed.
Well, I mean, I think kids watching 4-year-olds watching pornography would be a bad thing. I mean, you would
yeah,
agree with
and it's
that,
like
right?
their parents just let them have free reign over the internet.
Okay.
It just
Yeah, I
seems
mean,
like they're weird today.
Yeah, I just, that seems like an awful odd thing. That for a 4-year-old to even know what sex is and to say that, and you were saying they were calling each
She
other
may have been
bitches and
like
hoes and shit.
7, but yeah, like I see like little 7-year-olds walking around talking about how everybody's a bunch of bitches and hoes, and laughing about it, and the dad's just not doing anything about it. Like you see them and they're like 11 and they're wearing like these like clothes that like an 18-year-old chick would be wearing. Like what? Why is that? It's all telomere attrition. It's all with the parents just letting them walk all over them and like let them do whatever they want. Like the sexualization of kids and stuff. It's stupid.
I just have a hard time. That one, again, I've been around a lot of kids, and I have a hard time believing that, man. I've never seen that.
Well, your kids are probably better because you're better parents.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shitty parents out there that aren't managing their kids.
Yeah, but still, for them to walk up and say, "I will have sex with you. I want to have sex with you," that's fucking
weird.
Yeah.
I'm just like looking at these kids like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What?
All right, let's talk. Let's move on to something else. You had a while back. Do you know a lady by the name of Andy Garner? She said she was your roommate back in. She was one of the lesbians you lived with back in the day.
Yeah, sure. Andy is shame.
Did she say that? Did you actually mop the bathroom floor with the toilet brush?
No, but that seems something really petty to hang on to. I don't think that I've ever done that. I've cleaned a toilet with the toilet brush, and maybe it was like cleaning around that area because there was pee all over.
With the toilet brush on the ground.
Well, like around that area. That's really weird for somebody to hold on to that for so many years. It was something that my mom taught me to do.
Really?
Yeah, like I was cleaning and then just around the area because there was pistons with the toilet brush. But
got you.
People hang on to some petty ass shit.
Well, I mean, she did an AMA and she posted some things she said back in the day about. I mean, to be fair, I mean if you're cleaning shit up on the inside of the toilet and then with a brush and then scrub it on the ground, you're just spreading shit to the ground now.
Well, oh boy, like I wasn't cleaning the floor as well. Like, I mean, I was cleaning around with the toilet brush around the toilet and probably getting ready to sponge the floor. I don't remember all the details of that shit, but that's like how I would clean a bathroom is like you go in layers, kind of.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you don't want to cross-contaminate is the thing there.
Well, no, I wasn't doing that. Like I was sponging the floor too after that. Okay. But they always focus on the little shit and the petty shit because it makes somebody look like an asshole. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why people like that. It's petty shit to hold on to.
Yeah.
Just move the fuck on. People need to do. Just move the fuck on.
Did you hit on Andy at different points?
No, they're gay. She was. Yeah. No, she's like super duper heavy too, like 350 pounds. Mm-hmm. Not really my type.
Gotcha.
And also lesbian, so that's not how I would relate to them.
Okay.
No, not my type. I know my bounds. People just say shit to say shit. Mm-hmm. And hang on to little stupid shit.
She also mentioned at one point that I'm gonna read this as a direct quote. She said, I made it a point to never eat anything he offered me. I remember him offering about making cum mac and cheese. So gross.
What?
I think what she was implying is you wanted to jerk off into the mac and cheese and feed it to her. That's what she said. I'm asking.
What? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. That's a weird thing to say.
Okay, well, how did it end with y'all? I mean, how did that whole thing when you moved out, et cetera?
Oh, well, when I moved in,
she claimed that you. And I'm going to preface this. She claimed that you were crying outside the front door when she wouldn't let you back in.
I moved in and they said that there was like an ant problem, and there was still an ant problem. Then they started blaming me for the ant problem. I could have been better when it came to like putting away dirty clothes and stuff like that. And
stuff. Sorry, went down the wrong pipe. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And it ended because I don't know. They said that they were going to get another place, and that I couldn't come with them because it was for two people. Maybe they lied, maybe they didn't. And I remember like trying for 2 months to find a place with my case manager at BHR, the behavioral health place in Olympia. And like Shane getting mad at me because I couldn't find a place. She's like, you should have, or he, I mean, trans. She was.
It gets confusing.
So Shane was telling me how mad he was for not doing it properly, but I was working with a professional doing that. And then I had to leave because after 2 months I couldn't find anybody, and my case manager was helping me. And Shane was all mad because I didn't go to Shane.
Gotcha.
I'm like, why would I go to my roommate to do my job?
Right.
And they kicked me out because they said that they were moving to another place. Okay. That's what they told me.
Well, they say they still live in the same spot.
Yeah, well, they lied to me. They could have just been honest.
And they said they gave you a 30-day eviction too.
Well, they did. But I used that time judiciously as I could, and it was like 4 years ago.
I got you.
Well, yeah. it was longer ago than that. It was like 5 or 6. But I did everything with my case manager to try to find a place.
Mm-hmm. How many places? Go ahead. How many places have you been evicted from?
A couple.
Mm-hmm.
One was I had this apartment downtown. Where I was getting to know my neighbors, and we hung out one time, and we sat on the roof, and they said, no, you can sit on the roof, it's okay, because there was a step case from the window to the roof, so we all hung out there one day, and the manager found out about that and kicked a bunch of us out.
Gotcha. Just say, okay.
And then there was another place where I was like, there was a Shane and Andy situation.
Right.
People kind of think it's fun to have sex all around me and not care about my life. And be all weirded out by the fact that I would want somebody too. But no, never mind. Be a bunch of classist pigs.
But isn't their obligation? But isn't their I wasn't.
People are fucking stupid. They're not smart. Listen, they want to talk about how they have all these girlfriends, but they don't want to hook me up. Fuck people. I'm so fucking tired of people. Like, you want to run your mouth. Everybody wants to run their mouth and talk about how happy their life is and how they have a girlfriend, and they want to introduce me to the women, and it's like, why do you have to introduce me to the women when it's your girlfriend? I don't want to know that shit. How are you helping me? Are you hooking me up? I'm trying to be as calm as I can in those situations, but nobody gives a shit about me. And I do my damnedest to try to find somebody. And people are just there gaslighting me every step of the way, saying that I'm not good enough and need to just stop this shit. I don't want to know when you have a girlfriend. Don't tell me shit like this. What am I supposed to do? You're welcome, goddamn Wigan? I don't care!
Why does
they only worship money?
Bother you so much, man?
Because why do I want to be the third fucking wheel? I don't want to be the platonic fucking thing. Don't tell me this shit. Go be elsewhere.
I mean, I dated.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
When I was single, I dated a lot of girls that were friends before they were girlfriends.
Nobody introduces me to anybody. And they wonder why I'm pissed off. That's why.
But I mean, it's not,
you expect me to sit there and like Isaac and feed them and smoke them out when they know all these chicks and stuff. And I'm friendly enough and generous. I'm tired of being generous and all these chicks go to every other dude but me. Excuse me. But, oh, you're going to be a bitch to me or a fucking asshole towards me. I'm tired of people, man. Nobody gives a shit and nobody loves me. I'm tired of it. Prove the fucking love.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I don't think that it's, when I was single, it was, I didn't rely on my friends to hook me up with women. I just went out and met women.
Where?
The bar, church.
Every time I go there, I get cock-blocked. I can't sit there without... Somebody always talks shit about my past or some little thing from Starbucks instead of being cool about shit and just letting things go. Let it the fuck go. I'm going to bars to try to find somebody, and people going to come in running their fucking mouth like a bunch of Nazis. They need to shut their fucking mouths. I'm trying to keep cool. So I have my opportunity. Come on somebody else. I'm tired of it.
I think you are a little infamous in Spokane. I mean, I've seen posts of yours up on the Spokane subreddit about your that sign you made. We're going to get to that.
No, whatever. People are going to be age-phobic classists. Okay, whatever, bigots. Fuck you, bitches.
I don't think that makes him a bigot, honestly. But
oh, it does. You're denying it. You're in denial. You're in denial. Age-phobia and classism. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Just accept it. Just accept it.
I'm the same age as you.
It doesn't matter. You have more money than me.
Yeah, I work.
All you women love is money, apparently. Oh, you're mad that I'm pissed. Oh, you're Democrat socialist. Oh, it's all about the money. Oh, you have a Bernie Sanders sticker, yay sticker. It's not about the car?
Well, I mean...
Fuck this shit. See, it's money worship. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. Oh, you love Jesus, but it's all about the money. Oh, you love Bernie, but it's all about the money. You don't date dudes in your economic class unless it's a bunch of sheeple-ass clones. I'm tired of everybody acting like a bunch of Republicans.
Lucas.
It's dumb.
Have you considered that maybe it isn't the worship of money, but maybe it's women like guys that are stable?
It's the fact that they have money.
Well, they can provide.
Nope, it's money. No. It's about money. You're a bunch of hypocrites. Oh, you're ACAB, but you only date within your own economic class and above. Oh, you're BLM, but you're going to let a dude swoop you 3 at a time because classism. You're a bunch of hypocrites. Oh, you're thin blue line, but you're going to live a life of flashing your wealth at people. Please.
Well, I mean, I think, But
Drop it. Share the wealth.
I think that the problem is, though, I mean, women want a guy that can take care of themselves, and I don't.
Bullshit. Women can take care of themselves. They want. Right, I can take care of myself. It's bullshit. They worship money. It's bullshit. Stop worshiping money. That's
don't
bullshit.
Want to take care of their man either. They can take care of
I'm not there to be taken care of. I can take care of myself. Stop being classist.
I don't think it's a classist thing. I think it's just a reality.
It is. Stop. It's classism. You're bigots. You worship yourselves. You worship your economic class. That's it. Women, stop. You're being classist.
I think they just want to have somebody that, they're not having to pay.
Nope. I can babysit them. I can be my own person. I can maintain my own self. I've done it for 20 years. I'm not saying that I'm a Republican. I am a socialist. I am a Marxist. But they're out there with their party and their gangbang and their COVID-19 and their slut fest and their classism and their wigger fucking friends and their fucking hipster sheeple clone friends and their loveless lifestyle. It's all about money to them or their own age group and their own little group of people. It's just a balkanization of human beings. There's no individualism. It's all about just people separating and people stealing, and people just on like some sort of like ego trip of, oh, I can get 4 chicks just because I have a nice car.
See, I don't think that's
tired of
what's
this shit. It's
you know,
classist asshole behavior. It's exactly like Bernie was saying and Yang was saying. All I want is a girl to come and sit down at a dinner table and have a relaxing meal with me, but you won't hook me up and you won't be friendly. Meanwhile, you're out there swooping 2 at a time in the middle of a COVID, enjoying your little gangbang because you have the money to. Or you're just there stupid and hooking up with 2, 3 chicks at a time. What point do I have to live? There is no point for me to live. None.
Well, I think you need to
None.
yourself.
Oh, who's going to be my girlfriend? Who's going to go on a date with me? What point is there to this existence? Nothing. It's all money worship. Every day makes me want to die. You fucking classist bigots.
Well, every
day.
I mean, if you legitimately feel this way, have you thought about getting therapy and maybe some medication?
Fuck off with your gaslighting! Hook me up with a chick! I'm not here to hear it!
Okay.
I'm not here to hear it! Not here to hear it! Move on!
Well, let's move on.
Leftist and name-only bullshit! Socialist and name-only bullshit!
Well, Lucas, let's move on. Let's move on. What do you say? Let's talk about parenting. So let's assume that you do, when you do, let's be positive. Let's assume when you find a woman and then procreate. Tell me about what kind of parents you're going to be.
Guess I'll find out. What does it matter? They're not dating me. Every time I try to find a friend, it's just they're like, oh, I know the women and you don't, ha ha ha, hook me up.
But again, I think that a lot of this is a self-inflicted wound on your part.
Nope. Classism.
Okay.
If we hate racism, we should hate classism. Fuck racism, fuck age phobia, fuck misogyny, fuck homophobia, fuck classism. Hook me up, chick. Instead of walking around 2 or more at a time, you greedy motherfuckers.
I'm gonna have to turn my.
Oh, it's about burning bullshit. They only love money, and they only go with the greed. Stop. Just accept it. Hook me up with a chick. I'm tired of you. Every day makes me want to die because of you. Hook me up with a chick then. I'm so tired of this life.
I think, maybe you need to change it. I mean, again, like I said.
I'm trying. All you do is worship money. Stop. You hypocrite leftist. No, incel, but the dude's got to be in your economic class or above. Don't settle anything with me. You act like chimpanzees out there. You're womanizing. You're out there 2 at a time. Why are you greedy? Why are you giving into his greed?
Well, I mean, I would say, again, I don't think, I've dated women that were far wealthier than me and women that were far less well off than me, but I mean, I've never been in a homeless shelter.
Right.
I mean, I think,
I'm a homeless person. No, I'm a human being.
Absolutely. You're a homeless human being. And before you start dating,
let's all worship money and be Republicans while we're at it.
I'm not saying be Republican. I mean, I'm saying, be self-sufficient.
They did, dudes that live in homeless shelters, but only in their own age group. You bigot! Stop!
Are they homeless too?
Yes!
So what you're looking for is an 18 to 24-year-old homeless girl?
No, I'm looking for someone that isn't going to judge me for being homeless, like you do with dudes your own age.
Okay, let's move on to college.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about, so you're going to go in and you're going to be, and so tell me exactly what you're going to study. I was a little fuzzy on this.
I'm looking at age gap breeding and how like mixing various things together creates stronger DNA, like mixed religious households, political households, mixed economic households, mixed generation.
How does a mixed economic household or mixed political household, does that affect the DNA in some way?
Yeah, because you face different stressors as a poorer person than a richer person, but you're still facing stressors. You know what I mean? Like, if you have money, you're facing different stressors than somebody that doesn't, but you're still facing certain stressors, like social stressors, like to fit in and to be normalized and to be like everybody else around you and like your neighbors and stuff. That's still a pressure where it's like, I want to be me, but I want to be like my neighbors and fit in too. So I understand that there's various stressors. And when you're poor, you face stressors too, where you're like walking around all the time, trying to find some peace and quiet, trying to keep the phone charged, trying to maybe elevate your level and get a job like I'm trying to do, or go to school and to change your life. But they'll be there and they're like, oh, I want somebody that is changing their life. Meanwhile, oh, here comes the next fucking 5 wiggers that you're going to date this month. Or the other hip-hop crowd, because you can't date outside anything of you. And I'm there like, you know, you women do need affection, and you're walking around not getting affection from the dudes you're dating. I'm there. If you want to have a conversation with me, I've heard that, like, it would only take a cheeseburger and fries for you to sit down. I'm open to that. If you want to just sit and bitch about men all day, fine. I don't care. I'm open to listening to you. If you want to bitch about whatever, fine. But
you said you don't want to have a platonic relationship.
I don't want to be platonic with them.
Right, but so you're
acquaintance or platonic
dating you bitch about men.
I don't know. Sometimes they do. There's this chick named Ariana that was bitching about men, and I was there plenty listening because she's like 18 and gorgeous, and I like her, but like she keeps going with these guys. Like one week it's another guy, and she's doing it because she's not finding happiness. And I would like to extend that I will buy you dinner and listen to you. It would, if you want to ask me questions about my thoughts about the universe, or you want to complain about something, it doesn't matter to me. But at least let's get to the table where we're just having dinner together, and you can complain about anything you want. You can ask me questions about anything you want. I'm open for that. You know what I mean? I'm open for that.
Well, all right. So you want to pursue a PhD in age gap relationships,
right?
What department would that be in? Biology, but it also sounds like you're talking about sociology.
Well, genetics.
Okay, but that kind of negates the economic and the religion and the political stressors. I mean, genetic code is genetic code.
Yeah, but your genetic code changes with these stressors or situational things. You know what I mean? Like you face structural stressors, you face situational stressors, and they find that people that are in mixed religion households, like Bill Maher, grew up with a Catholic father and a Jewish mom, made his DNA kind of different because he's funny that way. You know what I mean? Like social critic, really good at it. We all Bill.
But
it does, like mixed race will change the DNA of a child and make it healthier, and political stuff. It's good for a child to have different input from differences from their parents. You know what I mean? Like, you might look at that like, well, Lucas, that means that you can't date atheist chicks. And they're like, well, I could work around that by saying that I'm more a contra-theist, and if you're an anti-theist, technically you would be a different spiritual path. So stuff like that where I'm trying to find the open. Technically, I should only date non-white girls. And seeing that, I'm like, you know, that's fine. If that's what's good for the genetics, I will date only non-white girls. But at the same time, I kind of feel like a racist. So I look at things like, maybe I'll date white girls, but only if they don't have auburn hair and blue eyes. Like if you're a blonde, I'll date you. Or a brunette.
Well, why not just dating a girl you like, regardless of skin color or ethnicity or whatever?
Healthy?
Yeah, or just in general, if you actually get along with it. That's
yeah.
When I met my wife, I didn't sit down and say, "Well, gee, I mean, she has, I'm not." I didn't sit down and say, "Well, gee, we're going to create mixed race children." We like hanging out with each other. We fell in love.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like, and knowing that, I've gone through and kind of looked at like genetic evidence and things like, well, why is there this kind of attraction between white people and non-white people that gets suppressed sometimes? I mean, if somebody is not a race that I am, then I'm probably more open-minded to that. You know, if somebody's black, I'm more open-minded to that. But I've also had to look at things like, okay, you're blonde, so technically you're Scandinavian. I don't want to cut out every white chick, you know what I mean?
All right, can you and again, I'm just a lowly electrical engineer, so I'm talking over my head here. But can you explain to me what?
I'm sorry for yelling at you. It's just
it happens. It happens. Look,
I'm sorry if it was public, it probably wouldn't be that way. It just I feel kind of
frustrated. You're frustrated.
I feel very frustrated by this life.
Yeah. Can you?
There's no love. I don't feel love from what I love. I just don't. I don't feel love from them.
Well, can you explain to me?
And it makes me cry.
Let me ask you. Can you explain to me what? Can you explain to me what strong DNA is? I mean,
well, there's a couple different factors with DNA. The main thing with DNA is, do you want your DNA to replicate? And you go through about 89 replications in your lifetime. Mm-hmm. So if you have more telomerase on the ends of your DNA is going to replicate longer, which gives you more replications.
Right.
And what places more telomerase are things like your mixed race or your mixed economics. And there might even be different types of telomerase. It's just basically the enzyme of wadded up DNA that appears to our eyes like a liquid. Mm-hmm. And the fecant high point of women is 21. The fecant high point from about 300 studies on male sperm is 45. And this is something that we've only known for 8 years. So people are like, it's so weird, but at the same time, they're open-minded to interracial relationships. So I'm like, how is it weird if you're open-minded to interracial relationships? I'm not weirded out by interracial relationships. Why are you weirded out by a Gen X, Gen Z relationship?
No, I don't think most people are. I just think that it's a little odd that you only consider those relationships. Oh, that you only consider those relationships.
Well,
I mean, if you met a beautiful 28, 29, 30-year-old girl that, you know, was agreeable politically and aesthetically to you and personality-wise, would you consider dating them?
I have. The difference is that knowing what I know about the zygote that would be created from that relationship, that made me want to have children. You know, a lot of people come to religion and they're like, oh, I finally found Jesus and I wanted to settle down and start a family. And to me, as an atheist looking at that, I still look at that like, good for you. You know, that brought stability to your life. If you're a Christian and you're not an asshole to people, I don't judge you. And I know lots of Christians
aren't assholes.
It's back and forth, but it's the same with atheists too.
Oh yeah. Well, people are people.
People have their own ways of looking at things. People could achieve truth by looking at things through the eyes of an atheist or through the eyes of a Christian. I don't feel like there's any one path. I think that all roads lead to many roads. And there's various ways to look at truth. And you could see it as a Christian. You could see it as a Jew. You could see it as an atheist. And I think that's what Obama was saying. I think Kennedy said that.
Right.
So, like, as a Democrat or a liberal, I look at that like we should be allowing of different walks of life. You know, you shouldn't judge somebody if you're a Christian for being a Buddhist. You know, if you're a good person and a nice person, which I'm not all the time because I get mad.
Right.
But for one thing, I've never yelled around a woman. I know I know that seems strange to say, but I haven't. Like
Didn't you? And hang on, didn't you get a restraining order or a domestic violence charge or something against Suzanne? Didn't you?
yeah, I didn't yell at her. It was just one of those things where I threw the glass at the restaurant, and like American Pie, where he throws the glass in the fire, like the old school, like breakup situation between the older woman and him. It's got to be some sort of like biochemical reaction that occurs where you just act like a jackass and display your immaturity. That's what I mean. Like, I always, if a guy is interested in older women, I'm there like, it's good to be interested in older women. You should, if you're interested, pursue that if she's open to that. But just realize you got to have a back out plan, because most of those relationships don't last very long. Because at that point, the women are more mature than the men, when really you should be at the same level, kind of. And I feel like 18 to 24-year-old women are kind of at the same level as like 35-year-old dudes.
How many? Actually, somebody just mentioned on the feed here, said you have 2 domestic violence charges and 5 to 6 restraining orders.
No, I have 1 no contact order from 6 years ago. That's what I mean. People just are hyperbolic and need to shut their fucking mouths and quit lying.
Okay. Let's see. Let's go back. So you got. Let's go back to the bars, because I remember you were posting videos of girls dancing in the bar. What was that about?
Well, I saw on Instagram that particular bar, the Globe, had all these videos that people recorded of like chicks dancing, because it's just patrons of the bar recording stuff and like putting it out there to the bar, like, hey, look at all the fun we're having. So I was doing that, and they were kind of liking that. But then the Globe stepped in with the other people they didn't. That to me spells age phobia. Oh, I'm 40, they're 21. Now you have the issue, don't you?
I mean, I think watching women dance and videotaping it while they're dancing is kind of a strange. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal, but it's weird. because there's video on the website of people doing that. Yeah, but that's done by the website advertising their club. That's not.
Yeah, but it was
guy taking video.
Yeah, it was. It is patrons recording people dancing and putting it on the website.
Well, I'm assuming that the people dancing were known to them. They weren't just videotaping random people.
I presume not, because there's no evidence either way.
Right.
I would just say that they were up there. They were at the club. They were watching girls dance, and so they took video and put it on the Globe, and the Globe was like, hey, that's cool, videos of our chicks dancing. So I did that, and then they raised hell about that because people want to talk shit and lie about me. And it's not right. So, you're just a bunch of dumb sluts that talk shit.
Well, I mean, or they just didn't want a guy videotaping them. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily abnormal. I mean, here's a random guy. Who knows what this guy's going to do? Is he going to go home and jerk off with him? Kind of weird.
Why all the other videos of the other people that were put there before I got there, they gave me the idea. You see, it doesn't make sense.
Let's ask you about did you get banned from the Globe by any chance?
I don't know. They kind of just use scare tactics, so I don't know.
What do they? What do you say? When you say scare tactics, what do you mean?
Nobody's giving me an official answer, so what does it matter?
Well, they use scare tactics. What kind of scare tactics did they use?
They just troll me over the internet.
Oh, they told you over the internet not to come back.
I don't know. It's them. They push me to this extreme. Why? Because it's funny to them. To me, I'm hurt, and they're experiencing Schadenfreude and causing the misery that they laugh at.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be all hypey and shit. I want to be calm. But if I don't have a girlfriend, I'm not going to listen to a bunch of people gaslight me and tell me I should take drugs, because, like, most of the time when I'm not on the podcast, I'm chill. You know what I mean?
Well, I've seen videos of you wandering around Spokane screaming about greed, and at a terrifying volume into your phone.
Yeah. Because they're greedy, and they don't care.
But doesn't that seem? Yeah, but that would say that when you're not on the podcast, you're normal.
But it is what it is.
That's an odd thing.
No, it isn't. They're greedy. Who needs 2 girlfriends? You're gonna ask me how I'm doing when you have 2 girlfriends? How am I doing? I'm not doing good.
Is it your assumption that most people are in polyamorous relationships
No,
and there's just wild orgies going on all the time?
Wild orgies, pretty much. Other people have said that too. It just seems like everybody's having sex and fun, but whenever I try to, they cockblock me and run their mouths.
Well, I mean, I think part of the problem is you kind of made yourself internet famous with that Starbucks girl.
Yeah, but that was like 4 years ago. Why can't people move on from that?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've done some dumb shit. I think everybody out there and everybody's listening can admit they've done some dumb shit. I've never landed on Tosh.0. I never have.
Right.
I've never been banned from anywhere. The dumbest thing I ever did was when I was 21. I drank too much tequila and they made me go home for the night, but I was able to go back in the next day. They never, but I've never been evicted from anywhere. I've never been banned from anywhere. I mean, it seems like you get kicked out of a lot of places.
Yeah, for doing nothing, and it's been a while.
But
well, I know all this stuff about genetics, which makes it more kind of pissy for me. Because I know what happens to children in age-proximate young adult relationships when their parents are young adults, and I know what happens. I know what happens to the telomeres. I know this. So to me, knowing this, it makes it harder for me. It makes me not want to live.
I mean, but again, if you're sitting down there with suicidal ideation, I mean, that's something you should, by the definition, you should seek professional help for.
Incorrect. Just do what I ask, introduce me to a chick. Why has it got to be such an issue all the time with people? Why do I got to do what they say?
Well, but why
I got to take pills that make me gain weight, that give me diabetes. I got to do that? Why can't people look, the 1993 Patients' Rights Act says I can refuse meds no matter how much you push them on me, so I'm going to refuse them.
Okay.
I'm not going to play the game. At the same time, people keep doing it. They're like, get therapy. I'm like, no, I don't have to listen to you. Leave me alone.
But at the same time, it does seem from your videos that you are a bit erratic. I mean, with the screaming.
Right, because I don't have a girlfriend. If I had a girlfriend, all this would go away, but nobody wants to solve the problem because they want to laugh at my pain and misery.
Let's see. So, where else have you been banned?
I don't know. I've been to bars since then. But I usually don't because I know it's just going to be the dude with the car winning over the women, so what's the point? It's just going to be a bunch of people going with 3 chicks to a dude. What's the point? Do I got to be a sheeple-ass clone like everybody else? What's the point?
But I think, again, this is where you and I differ. I mean, I think there's a certain level of, where you should be, your priorities seem messed up because you should be working on yourself, getting yourself stable, and then worrying about a girlfriend later.
No, if I have a girlfriend, I'll be stable. If you're just gonna say no, then you're lying because there's no evidence that you're correct. When I have a girlfriend, I'll be stable. Allow the opportunities, where's the opportunities for me to actually say, hi, I'm Lucas to any of these women?
I think you could go to any bar, you could,
We'll get top off as soon as I walk in and sit down. If people know who I am, they just run their mouth about shit from 4 years ago. They never let it go.
Which is why I think maybe it might be a good idea. I mean, you're kind of, we were going earlier, you're kind of infamous in Spokane. Have you thought about
Who cares? Who the fuck cares?
Well, I was just thinking that, if you went somewhere else.
It's not about your car and your money.
If you went somewhere else, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. Nobody would know who you are.
How about not? Introduce me to a woman or be the woman. Put me in opportunities where I can. That's why I'm going to school, is I know what to do now.
Okay.
But
so let's talk about let's talk about school again. So what are you taking next semester?
Probably a work study.
Yeah, doing what?
Like paper filing.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Okay. How does that help you with your degree?
It's something good to put on a resume.
Okay.
Or for scholarship applications.
But to get you understand a PhD is like a 8-year process, right?
Well, it's longer than that for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, as soon as I start getting scholarships, then I wouldn't have to work, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I just want to see how the work study is. I want to explore the whole college lifestyle. You know what I mean? I want to see what a work study's like. If I can handle that, maybe I'll take a class and a work study. But I asked her, like, do I need to take a class and a work study? And she's like, no, you can just do a work study.
Okay.
Like, we're going to try that and see how that works, and then add some more stress on top of it.
Okay, so you're not taking any other classes at all. You're just going to go in there and file papers.
For like 3 months.
For a semester.
Well, yeah, I mean, for a semester and see if I can handle the stress of that.
Okay.
If I can, then it's easy enough. Maybe I'll throw a class on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
In a class, but I mean, at some point, I mean,
Well,
again,
like
it's going to be a lot longer. If you're doing 1 or 2 classes a semester, I mean, you're looking at, you'll be 70 by the time you finish a PhD. 70, 75.
Well, not necessarily. I'm trying to go in like 5-year steps. You know what I mean? Like 5 year to get the
like
AA,
5-year
bachelor, master. Then no.
Sorry, it was a joke, Lucas.
I know. Okay. No, I'm not there to wipe out 5 million fucking Jews. Study. No. Just because I'm a communist doesn't mean I'm violent. Just because I'm a communist doesn't mean I support politicians. You have to read Karl Marx to understand what I'm talking about. And a lot of other people, too. I support direct democracy. That's communism.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I'm not going to do politics today.
Right. But, yeah, I just want to see what I can handle.
Yeah.
Like do a work study, if it goes good, maybe do a Chinese class. I want something where I'm calm. You know what I mean? But I'm progressive. And for a lot of time in school, I was calm and progressing. I was just stressed out a lot. And like had to stay up till 3 a.m. working on papers.
Mm-hmm. And the question I have is, like, if you got to do your homework and do your papers, you don't have a place to do that right now, do you? I mean, I guess computer lab.
Well, yeah, that's why I do the work study for 3 months, and that would give me more time to find a permit.
Right. I'm assuming, do they pay you for the work study?
Yeah, that's why I want to do it, because they're basically just saying, get a job at the college. I'm like, okay, I might do that. So I'm looking into that, because that sounds like fun. I did something where it was like I was filing papers for a club that I was part of, called the Evergreen Club, and I liked that. I was just kind of fetching papers and greeting people as they came in, and I like that. So I want to try that again, but earn money.
Yeah, no, I mean, money's good. So you were assaulted. What was it? About 2 months back.
Right.
How did? And you say that you were beaten with 2x4s and baseball bats.
Yeah, just for sitting there.
How? Where did they hit you? Did they hit you in the head? I mean, it seems like the next day you posted a video and you were walking around pretty good.
Yeah, but
I'd assume if I got beaten with a baseball bat, I mean, I'd have broken ribs, broken bones.
They didn't hit me that hard. But they hit me enough to give me, like, vertigo, and I slipped the next day picking up a litter and skinned my knee and put pictures of that on. There's a Deaconess Hospital record. There's video evidence of me being attacked by baseball bats.
Do you have the business? Where can I find that evidence? I'd actually like to see it.
The Red Room Lounge says that they have that evidence. The video.
And, all right, let's go to this love sign thing that you've been putting up.
Yeah. But I also
that about?
want
You got to walk me through this. I don't get this one.
I'm trying to get people to understand high telomerase amounts in reproductive cells. And what they discovered in 2012 was that the high reproductive cell content of telomerase in sperm was between the ages of 35 and 55. So I looked at that and I said, what is the high fecund rate for women 18 to 24? and it's because the egg has the most telomerase in it.
Right.
And the information says that dads give their kids stronger DNA at that age.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't explain the sign. What's with the sign?
Well, I want people to understand if they're age gap breeding, they're going to have healthier children.
And the way to do that is a handwritten note, pasted out, or taped to a light bulb.
Why not?
And says, "Come hit me up." It's simply effective. Come hit me up at the House of Charity homeless shelter.
Yeah. And I'm questioning: are they classist?
Well, I mean, and again, I think that most people, I mean, again, if you're in a homeless shelter, most people think that you need to improve yourself to the point where you're not in a homeless shelter before you need to worry about a romantic relationship.
But therein lies the problem, because Gen Z associates with being left-wing and democratic socialist, or even more Marxist than that. How can they be classist and left-wing?
I mean, I've read a little Lenin, and I've read a little Marx, and I'm not an expert, but I don't remember the part where they said go fuck homeless people. I missed that part.
Why not? Are you classist?
I mean, again, I think that, you know,
how can you be classist and left wing?
Well,
if you're left wing, how can they be classist? It's like saying that you're a Nazi, but you're not a racist. I mean, if you're a Nazi, you go full in and you be full racist, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But it's also like saying you're a Democrat, but you're a homophobe. That doesn't make any sense. You're for left-wing values, but you're not dating a dude at a homeless shelter. Doesn't make any sense. You're a hypocrite at that.
Right, again, I mean, I think a woman wants somebody that we've got over this.
Right, but it's hypocrisy to their political.
I disagree.
Why are they like that?
I disagree.
But no, it's not something we can disagree on it. It's a fact. If you're left-wing, why are you classist? How are you left-wing if you're a classist?
Oh, by the way,
not dating dudes at homeless shelters?
Oh, we have 54 viewers, Lucas.
Huh?
We have 54 viewers, Lucas.
Good, awesome.
Yes.
You stop being assholes towards me. People laugh, and they're not supposed to laugh at those points. Great.
All right.
Why are you classist?
Lucas, so you talked a lot about being one day being a millionaire.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, my dad's got a little money, and he inherited a bunch of money from his dad.
Right.
So it's not like when I went 400 pounds and was sitting there at 30 years old, I was there like, well, it doesn't really matter. I'll get a little money from my dad when he's gone, and I got my disability. Nobody's going to love me anyway, so why even try? But then I started meeting younger women through my friends who were like 5 years younger than me. And I was like, maybe I should try to be healthier.
Mm-hmm.
And then I learned all this stuff about my sperm. And all this stuff, see, they'll laugh or whatever, but
I'm sorry.
It's not funny. It's not the point where you're supposed to laugh.
Well, if you're sitting down and saying the reason you should date me is because I have magic jizz. I mean, that's a little strange.
But what else? I'm not going on saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, laugh some more, classist. Listen, if I said mixed race gives your kids stronger DNA, you're not going to bat an eye. But if I say mixed generation, suddenly it's weird. What the fuck? Why are you a bigot?
I'm not a bigot.
Not you, but like, hypothetically, why are you a bigot? You know what I mean? Like,
I think again, people.
I know about genetics. Why is it a problem? Why are they classists and leftists?
Why would they go for?
Why are they bigots? Why are they hate folks?
Together, Lucas. I mean,
no. Why are they bigots? Why aren't you accepting this as true?
Why? But
no. Your excuse is like saying, but they're men, so they should be a bunch of misogynists. It's just locker room talk. They're a bunch of guys. It's just what guys do. Well, no, guys are not always like that. They're like that when they're around other assholes. So why are you a classist, and why are you an age phobe? Why are you ageist? Why are you against this?
Let's assume that you do.
How is it nothing but classism?
But
how are you leftist if you're classist? Gen Z.
So explain to me what you bring to the table here.
Here comes the excuse from them. That's all bullshit.
What do you
What do I
do?
bring to the table? Oh, well, I'm. When it comes to relationships, I'm sweeter than a lot of these guys because why are they going from dude to dude to dude? They're showing them no affection.
And but you also have a domestic violence charge. I mean, again.
Oh, are you not going to forgive me? How many years ago was that? Why can't you let it go? Move the fuck on! You little Nazi punk! Move on! Why you gotta bring it up? Move on! Move on!
Okay, but again,
move on! Why you gotta move? Just move on! Move on!
To be honest, I think this is telling. I mean, again, you're showing a lot of aggression here.
Because you won't move on! Quit bringing it up, you fuckers! Move on!
So what you're saying is we need to ignore your past, and again, I'm
asking. Move on, Nazi. Move on. Quit asking me questions about it. Move on. There's more important things to talk about. Why you got to bring it up all the time? Move on.
Shit.
Move on.
Okay.
You're presuming one incident is setting the tone of my entire life. What the fuck? Move on. Okay. Yeah, it is. Move on. Quit being a jerk.
I'm not being a jerk. I'm asking you honest questions.
Move on. Move on. Why you gotta keep asking me about it? Move on. Stop talking about it. It's not important. Move on. Quit gaslighting me.
I'm not gaslighting. I mean, what am I gaslighting?
Yeah, you are. How? Stop bringing it up. You're trolling. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up. Stop bringing it up.
All right.
Move on.
So, what's your relationship like with your mother? What's your relationship like with your mother?
My mom and I used to be a lot closer, but she keeps gaslighting me, and I said, knock it off. And she got all pissed, and I said, move on, you're a fucking idiot. Move on. Stop being an idiot. You're being an idiot. I don't forgive that woman. She talks shit about me, which caused a bunch of people to hate me. Who the fuck is that bitch? Move on. Classist pigs.
Now you mentioned
hypocrites, you idiots. Move on.
Well, one of the things that you mentioned when you talked about your inheritance was that you were going to get money. You were talking about your dad and your mother.
Possibly, yeah.
But since it seems like you're not on speaking terms with your mother, do you still expect to get money from her?
My mom's a bitch. She needs to fucking move on. And she's a fucking lying-ass bitch, too. And my stepdad has said this much, too. Move the fuck on.
Bruh.
Mom, move the fuck on.
Goldaor?
Huh?
Oh, no, sorry. I heard somebody in the background.
I don't like people who have more money than me. Because they treat me like crap. Stop. Move on. Quit being classist. You know? My mom needs to move on. Mom, practice what you preach.
Does your dad have other children as well?
My biological dad?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have an older half brother and a younger brother.
Okay, and one of those is a Trump supporter. I think the older is.
Yeah, the older brother. The older brother.
Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with your dad? How often do you talk? And when was the last time you saw him, etc.?
I haven't seen them for years, but I try to fill them in on information because my dad wants to be in the loop with what's going on.
Okay.
And he was stroke last year, and every time I think about that, I cry because I don't want my dad to die.
No, nobody does. I mean, that's a hard thing.
Yeah.
I mean, has he recovered somewhat from that stroke?
I think so. He went back to work the next day, and it's not as bad as you'd think. But
so it was a little mini stroke. It was a mini stroke. My grandfather had those.
Something. But it makes me look at my life like, what can I do to honor my father? Because I'm tired of him not having grandkids. He is an awesome man. He's a good uncle. And him and my stepmom deserve grandkids.
Right.
They'd be wonderful grandparents. My mom and my stepdad are wonderful grandparents and great-grandparents. I think my dad deserves that chance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that for him. So I'm looking at things to try to elevate my position in life. I'm trying to find peace. I'm trying to find value. I'm trying to find harmony. I'm trying to find ways to meet women where I'm not cock-blocked by a bunch of haters. People just need to move on from this shit.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be like an infamous self-righteous asshole, but they just keep doing it. I don't like people like that. They'll say I'm age or want to mate with older women, and I dated a bunch of older women. They'll say, well, you're an age phobe. I'll say, I've already dated them, you fucking hypocrite. Date a baby boomer before you run your wigger fucking mouth. Because it's always the fucking wiggers.
Has it occurred to you maybe that, you know, I mean, I have a 21-year-old babysitter that works for me. And we don't, you know, and she's a lovely girl. But she looks way too young for me to be attracted to. And two,
how's that possible?
It's very possible. I mean, I prefer women my own age.
You're lying to yourself. You know she's hot.
Not really. I mean, she's perfectly lovely. But I'm not gonna insult the woman downstairs. But
she's hot.
No, I mean, but we also don't share any cultural references. Like, I mean, she's never seen Back to the Future. You know, we don't. There's. I mean, has it occurred to you that maybe one of the reasons people try to date in their own generation is that they actually share a, you know, kind of a common culture with that generation? Like, I mean, I like her mom.
At this is the point where I died, because you're basically trying to justify bigotry. If somebody knows about, if somebody knows about a bunch of new bands that I don't know anything about, or I know a bunch of shit that they don't know about, that's what is an interesting and fun conversation, because you can say, I don't know this band. I want to know more about this band. You know what I mean? Your Gen Z or millennial rock music, I don't really know much about. It doesn't mean that I'm there like, oh, millennials suck or Gen Z sucks because their music's not the same as my generation X ass. What I'm saying is, like, I look at that like, I also like music too. I want to learn about your styles of music, and I think that you would find it fun to learn about my styles of music. Just because a chick listens to rap music or country doesn't mean I'm going to be there like, oh, I'm not going to date you. But that's what it sounds like you're saying. It's like, oh, our generation knows about Tool and their generation knows about some other bands. We shouldn't date them because our music is different.
I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm saying that's another obstacle to dating somebody outside of your age.
Who cares? Obstacle? Who cares? It sounds like you're lazy. If somebody's there like, I listen to country music, oh, I listen to rap. If you're there like, well, they got nothing in common, they shouldn't date, that's your bigotry.
I'm not saying it's bigotry, I'm just saying it's an obstacle. Well, I mean, again.
But it is bigotry. You're saying that if somebody listens to different music than you, then that automatically bars them from being in a potential relationship.
I didn't say automatically bars. I said that it is an obstacle, you know, that people
It's not an obstacle. You're seeing it wrong, though. It's not an obstacle. It's an opportunity.
I mean, I just think that, you know, people that share common interests tend to meet each other kind of naturally. I mean,
but you do share common interests. You like music, right?
Right. But
so why is everybody? Why are you allergic?
I don't know any new bands, but, you know.
You're not old. That's the thing. You're also putting yourself down by causing the age-phobic values of the corporate system to infect you. You're not old. That's bullshit. I don't feel like being 40 makes me old. I don't feel like being 21 makes somebody a little kid, do I?
I mean, I look back at me at 21. I was pretty fucking stupid at 21. I think everybody's stupid at 21.
I think a lot of people were, and I think a lot of people are just greedy assholes when they're 21 too. I'm always telling people, seek responsibility. This fact that the 35 to 55-year-old sperm says that you should be more responsible, you do have a reason to live. Have kids later in life. Sow your wild oats now. Have fun. But remember, there's people there that do want to have kids. And those people, for the most part, are women between the ages of 18 and 24, because 67, 2/3 of them are baby-free. Allow Gen X dudes to date them. Quit being classist. Quit being age-phobic. If you got a bunch of questions for me, I would, and you're a chick, I would be more than happy to buy you a nice cheeseburger at the Onion and
Yeah.
field your questions or have a conversation with you. You want to talk to me over the internet, well, or out in public, fine. But if you go to a restaurant with me, then you'll have food as well, and we can have a conversation.
I mean,
Just because a chick like hip hop or country or a different style of rock than me, why does that matter?
You mentioned seeking responsibility. Younger people seek responsibility a minute ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, having a kid when you're young is irresponsible. We know from the Zurich and Cambridge studies from 2013, and there's a bunch of other ones now that say if you have a kid too young, that kid is going to have corrupted DNA.
But at the same time, you're saying seeking responsibility. I mean, does that you also kind of mean in a personal level, right?
You shouldn't have kids till you're 35. If you're a dude, you shouldn't have kids till you're 35 because it'll give them strong DNA.
I missed you by a year, Lucas. I hope my kids are all right.
The intelligence rates of this species has dropped since 1975, the empathy since 2000, and the physical fitness since 1980. We need to give our kids longer telomeres, and the only way to really do that is mixed genetics.
But isn't it irresponsible also? I mean, like, I know you want kids, you date and have kids, but you're also not really in a financial position to have children. You live in a homeless shelter, or on, you're camping.
Right, but I'm also trying to get a job. See, you're skirting past this to just accentuate your class's values. It's just all bullshit. I'm trying to get a job because I want to have kids one day.
Let me be very clear. I think that's commendable. By the way, I think that is commendable. I absolutely do. But I mean,
I understand that you think that, and I agree with you, and I thank you. But that doesn't mean that we can't date. I'm out there. I mean, I'm basically throwing away $500 a month right now from my disability, which stimulates the local economy. You know, just going around to different restaurants, trying things out. Ganner ryegrass, steam plant, things that I'm doing alone. What I'm telling you is that being alone sucks.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of not having a girlfriend. That was my stability. That was my love. My love is out there, and my heart is broken because nobody will go on a date with me. And that sucks. That makes me want to die.
And that's and Lucas, once again, I would urge you to get some help for that. I mean,
you're gaslighting. Listen to what I said.
Well, Lucas,
no, you're not. I'm saying I want a girlfriend. I want somebody to go out with me. I'm not there to take your corporate bullock of shoving pills down my throat that make me gain weight and have diabetes. Put some pussy on my kid. Put a girl in front of me. You're making excuses. Knock it off.
But Lucas,
no ifs, ands, or buts. Gaslighting. Stop. I want what I want. I judge me. I am who I say I am. I define I. You don't define me, motherfucker. I define me. If I say stability for me is having a girlfriend across the table or next to me in a booth as we're eating food and reading a menu together and having a romantic moment together, that's what brings me happiness. I'm not here for this. You have different DNA and different experiences. If you don't go on a date with me, I'm not going to sit here and be gaslighted by a bunch of fucking assholes telling me what they think is right for my life. I define me, not you.
I mean, you would accept that women also judge you as well when, judge a potential mate, correct?
If you don't have evidence, don't run your mouth, dude. Put a girlfriend with me. Hook me up with a girl. Quit being greedy. Do it now.
I mean, I met my wife on my
Stop!
own.
You're making excuses. I don't care. I don't care. Good for you. Let's focus on me for once.
Well, maybe
put a girl on a date with me. I'm not here to listen to you. You have what you have. Wonderful. Let's move on. Stop being greedy. Moreover, it's the COVID-19 and you're all out there on your fuck fest. What the fuck?
And again, I think that's an illusion on your part.
A lot of people are out there in their fuck fest orgy gangbang shit. Stop! You're gonna spread the disease. You're gonna spread the disease.
By going to bed with their girlfriend? I don't think so.
No! By taking 6 women, 2 women, or even more than 2. If you're taking more than 1 woman, why are you women giving into his greed?
I think that this is, what you're seeing. I mean, you're making a big assumption that, you see.
Wrong! Listen! I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Why are you women giving in to these greedy, misogynistic guys? Why are you making excuse after excuse to deny me so you can fuck a guy 2 at a time? Why don't you just go 1 at a time? You're spreading. You're saying that you don't manufacture enough serotonin with 1 chick that you gotta have 2. That shows physical retardation of the brain. That is retardation of the brain. Stop hoarding women and building harems. Stop. Introduce me to a chick then. Introduce me to a chick then, classist. Introduce me to a chick then, classist. Stop being greedy. Stop being greedy. Who the fuck are you, dude? Stop being greedy. Stop being greedy. Stop being greedy. Stop being greedy.
All right.
Why do you have more than 1 girlfriend? Why can't you share? People, wake up. Why are you giving in to their greed?
You seem to have an impression that people are having a lot more group sex than they were when I was, dating.
They're having a lot more sex than I am. In their assholes! Why do you give in to them?
Are they having sex in their assholes or are they assholes? I missed that part.
They're assholes and they're having sex with these assholes. Why do you cheapo-ass clones get women and then lose them so quick? Why not share?
It's called
How
dating.
are you a leftist?
It's called dating. You go out and you date somebody.
No, it's not. Not when it's 2 chicks. Why are you cheapo clones greedy? Share. If you're gonna tell me all this shit about your great life, why are you greedy? Oh, you're not gonna hook me up with someone? Oh, but you're gonna gaslight me and say I need to take pills. Fuck you. I define me.
You're talking about killing yourself.
Stop! Stop!
You're talking about killing yourself. I mean, yes, that is.
I don't have a girlfriend. When are you going to get it? And listen to me.
Look, it's just out of curiosity. Where are you?
Why? Just out of curiosity. Answer my question first. Why are you classist? Why are you greedy? And why do they give in to their greed? Answer my questions. Why are you gaslighting me? Does it make you feel good about yourself to say, take some pills because everybody else did it? So you're just a sheeple-ass motherfucking clone? How about you?
I'm not saying take pills. I mean, that's part of the psychiatric treatment.
How about hook me up with a chick? Why so greedy?
Because it doesn't seem, to be honest with you, I mean, you're wandering around, you're very, very angry right now.
Because you're greedy. Stop putting the shoe on another person's foot and accept responsibility. You guys are not hooking me up. How are you my friends?
You should, realistically, I mean, everybody...
You're not answering the question. You're dodging it. How are you my friends?
I don't know, Lucas. I mean, I met you today.
Exactly. Find out. Find out. Hook me up with a chick. Why so greedy?
Well, Lucas,
why are you dodging it? Why are you dodging it?
Lucas, I don't know anybody in Spokane. I live in Houston, Texas.
I'm saying in general they act the same.
Yeah, but you're asking me to answer the question. I answered the question.
For you, it makes sense that you would say that because you don't live here in Spokane. But if you were in Spokane, what are you going to do if I say, how about you hook me up with a chick? If you lived here, would you hook me up with somebody?
Acting like you are now, probably not.
That's the problem. The problem is you're greedy. That's why I'm acting this way. No! Accept your classist bigotry and just hook me up with a chick.
I mean, I wouldn't be.
Why can't you? If you lived in Spokane, you'd be like, oh no, we're gonna gaslight him and then complain because we're a bunch of narcissistic assholes. They're gonna gaslight people, and then we're gonna point fingers.
Hey Lucas, real quick.
You're an age phobe. You're an ageist. You're a classist. Why?
Lucas, can I ask you a question real quick?
Why? No, answer mine. Why are you a classist? If I was in Spokane, would you hook me up?
Your
If the
behavior
answer is
right
no,
now,
fuck you. I would immediately end the friendship.
Lucas,
Because you're greedy.
I haven't raised my voice once.
You're greedy. It doesn't matter. You're not listening, you gaslighting pig.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Lucas, do you like
Greedy
Star Wars?
ass. No.
Okay.
Not really. It's not a good movie.
Hey, I think that's probably the most offensive thing I've ever heard.
Star Trek is more superior in my mind, even Discovery. I've seen the Star Wars movies. It just seems like a bunch of bureaucrats. You know what I mean? And like a bunch of like racial appropriation for Jar Jar Binks and shit like that to make him look like a stupid.
I'm talking about the ones when we were kids, man. I'm talking about Star Wars, with Luke. I'm not talking about that.
Yeah, they were fine.
Okay. Yeah.
The old school ones were fine. The recent crop after those three, in my mind, it just seemed like shit.
Those don't count. I'm talking about Star Wars.
We can shake hands on that. I can't stand the recent Star Wars films. They're so boring and mean-spirited.
What was it? The Force Rises. The first one, the new trilogy, was all right.
Why do they need all these fucking Star Trek films? Oh man, do you like any of those movies? The new ones?
I like the first new one. The first of the new trilogy. I haven't seen the
Okay,
other two.
well, fair enough. I mean, I haven't seen them all, but like a lot of them are just kind of stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it's a space western. I mean, it's gonna be a little weird.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Lucas, I gotta go down and feed my kid. Gold, are you there?
Yeah, I'm a little jealous of you because that's all I want in my life is a wife, kid, and that stability. I'm a little jealous. I'm real jealous of you.
I mean, I would suggest...
That's probably why I'm so angry, is because I'm jealous of you and you have everything I want.
Hello?
I mean, Lucas, you ought to, again, what I said before is, you ought to work on yourself before you worry about it.
I already do that.
Okay.
How about hooking up with a chick instead of being greedy?
All right. Well, Goldaor, I'm going to let you go. Lucas,
okay.
I hope it's in the cards for you.
Hope doesn't mean anything. It either is or it isn't.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully it's in the cards, but I don't think it is.
Thanks for going on the show.
Fucking bitch. Oh, it's not in the cards. Fuck you, bitch. I wouldn't be friends with that guy because he makes excuses.
Did you enjoy that?
No, he tries to trigger me, then blames me for being triggered. Fuck him. You notice the last thing I said to him, he said, oh, it's probably not in the cards for you. I said, fuck you, bitch.
So,
I'm tired of it.
We have a next guest. Maybe the next one's going to calm you down. It's Sophie.
Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Lucas.
Hi, Sophie.
So, she has a couple of questions.
I need a girl like Sophie in my life.
Right.
I truly mean that. Don't say right like sarcastically. I truly mean that. I think that she's a chick like her twin would bring me a lot of stability and happiness. I think that you should take that as the fact that you have a hot girlfriend that's a sweetheart, though. You should feel lucky for the fact that you have a hot, sweet girlfriend. Appreciate the fuck out of that
about
chick.
your life that we've gathered info about.
Okay, Sophie. I'm ready.
Well, let's just start. I heard that your mom had cancer.
Yes.
So, how was that like for you?
It wasn't a good year. 1996 was a horrible year. My first girlfriend in high school broke up with me. We went to her prom. and we were gonna like get a hotel together and sleep together for that time, and we didn't, and I didn't really know how to deal with that, and I was kind of like shying away from her. I wasn't expressing any kind of anger towards her. I was just like becoming aloof and more coy after the prom, and she broke up with me because she thought I was acting weird. But I don't know, it just seemed to me like she didn't care about my feelings. So I was trying to figure out a way to express that. And because of that, I became really quiet around her and didn't really want to talk to her and was scared of her. I kind of became afraid of her because it just didn't seem like it was going to work.
That's pretty, I mean, it's pretty sad, but...
It happens a lot. I mean, that was like my first real relationship, and I didn't really know what to do, so I was trying everything I could.
So you're the one who took care of your mother while she was going through it?
Did I want to what?
You were the one taking care of your mother while she was going through it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, my grandma died that year too, and I broke up with my girlfriend, and my mom was there and had cancer, so I was usually making a bunch of lunch for her because she asked me to make her lunch a lot of times because she couldn't do it. And she was still doing the mom things like you're supposed to do, like the laundry and stuff, so I was basically the one there taking care of her. And my stepdad was the one too.
Let's move on to something a little less sad. So I found this post in April 15 of 2013 where you mentioned that you were going to have an ankle bracelet, like the prison thingy one. So, did you? And how was that?
I got a no contact order from my girlfriend, so I had to do the court case, and my punishment...
No, it's not about the girlfriend. It's about writing on Sheldon's furniture store.
In Olympia.
What?
You remember?
What now?
In 2013, you wrote in Sheldon's furniture store in Olympia about homelessness.
I don't remember anything about that. I was leaving notes places.
Yeah, so...
I felt like I couldn't reach people over the internet, and I had to leave notes places.
But you said on the post, like, that you were gonna have an ankle bracelet for 5 days because you wrote on the furniture.
No. I don't know why that would... I had the ankle bracelet because it was my punishment for the no contact order breaking.
Well, it is a post from you in 2013.
Do you want me to find the post and show you?
No, I don't know. That was like 7 years ago. That wasn't why I had the ankle bracelet. I had the ankle bracelet because of the no contact order. People are living in the past like there's no tomorrow on me.
Okay, let's move on.
Hey, Sophie, did you know about telomerase? Why are you going to breed with somebody that's under the age of 35? Are you planning on having kids?
Are you talking to the voices on the wind?
No, my friend. I'm talking about the fact that if you want to have strong DNA in a kid, what prevents you from dating a 35 to 55-year-old dude? Are you age phobic? I mean, I understand it's a different thing. It just why
I'm not
are
age
you...
phobic. It's just that love is love, and I fell in love with gold. So who am I to go for anyone else?
Right, I understand that, sweetheart, but why won't you give it a chance? Do you want to have kids someday? And do you want those kids to be healthy? I'm just trying to look out for you. You don't have to date me. I'm just saying...
It's not about chance. It's about what happens in life. You see,
but
I met gold right after my previous relationship, so...
I understand that, but at the same time... And he's a good dude. I understand that, but the studies say that if you guys were to have a kid right now,
Lucas, it's just not in the cards for me to be with anyone else than.
Why are you using that term? So you're gonna give your kids correct DNA. The intelligence rates of the species, the physical fitness, the empathy level of the species is obviously going down by all these studies. There's 300 studies on these male sperm of Gen X. Why won't you give this a chance if you care about the future of your children and their DNA? Why? That's my struggle. is trying to get that information to your generation, so I don't feel like I'm constantly being attacked.
By the way, Lucas, so, we've heard, what does it really mean for you, it's not in the cards? You never told us what it meant.
It's something that my mom would say sometimes, and I'd look at her like, who the hell are you to say it's not in the cards? I define my life, and I was always kind of nice about it. But for people to say shit like that is rude, and you need to stop.
Hey, Lucas, what was your first sweet experience like? Lucas?
What? Yes,
What?
I'm here.
I want to know, what was your first sweet experience like?
My first what?
Your first sweet experience, the first time you smoked the blunt.
The first time I smoked pot, I was 17. That's the thing with pot, you forget things. I think the first experience that I had with marijuana was I smoked a little at my buddy Justin's house, and these guys I hung out with because they were 2 years older than me. Cyril and Dustin were my best friends, and they were mature, and they kept me on the level. So, like, we went to Lollapalooza that year, a group of us as friends, and they were smoking weed, and then we got back, and I was like, I should have tried that. So I tried that, and I was like, it didn't really get me hot. So my mom and my stepdad went on vacation to Europe because they were travel agents, and so my mom had this hookah from like her grandparents or something. So my buddy Cyril and I loaded this hookah up with weed and smoked out of that. And that was like the first time I got high from it. Like a big, fat, inch-tall bowl.
Lucas?
Yes.
So, in episode 2, at some point, you mentioned that everyone pees himself. Does that mean you've peed yourself often?
No. It's just something I probably said. I've never peed myself.
Never?
Well, as a baby.
But you told everyone that everyone pisses themselves. You said everyone does, so...
At one point in your life, you're going to piss yourself. That is just the way it goes. I probably have.
Probably?
What do you mean, probably? Like, you wouldn't
but
remember?
you have... but you haven't?
Well, I mean, when I was like 3-year-old.
Right.
Because I was Okay, so I rewatch every single episode, and...
We have to realize that Lucas says things to be funny sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So it was a joke.
And it was probably a joke.
I have a little question about
You gonna judge
where
me?
you live. So I'd like to know, what years exactly did you live with Jason Pera? Perva.
Like 2014, he crashed on. I let him sleep in my bed with his girlfriend, and I took the couch, and he was nothing but an asshole towards me.
Yeah, you went on your Facebook. You went on your Facebook?
Yeah, I know. Like, he went on my Facebook, said I was a child molester. I was there hooking the dude up. Like, I let him and his girlfriend sleep in my bed, and people are still going to do this to me.
So it's funny you say that he wrote about you being a child molester, because there is some post that says that these posts, in them you are basically admitting being a pedophile, but you are also saying that you don't want to act on it.
No, that was his post.
2 seconds, and we're just gonna go see the date.
I'm not a pedophile, fool. 21-year-old girls are hot. 18-year-old girls are hot. I like tits. I want to have children. Why can't you people just let it go? Why are you classist and age-phobic? What are you, just a bunch of little COVID sluts? Why are you haters? Sophie, why are you age-phobic?
I'm not.
Oh, really? You gonna date a Gen X dude ever? Ha.
It just didn't happen. It doesn't mean it wouldn't.
Well, so what you're saying is you're gonna give your kids corrupt DNA because you're in love.
So the post was in December 31st, 2014, and on the post it said, "If there is a God, why did he make me a 35-year-old pedophile that's never committed the aforementioned act? I want the continuance of hookups from hot 18-year-old females. That's it."
I was saying that rhetorically. I was saying, if God made me a pedophile, why did he make me a pedophile? If, hypothetically speaking, I was a pedophile, why would God do that? Is what I'm saying.
You're the one who wrote that. It
In the
wasn't
same
Jason.
post, in the exact same post, I said I would rather date 18-year-old women. Why would somebody be a pedophile? And I was using that to kind of justify atheism. It had nothing to do with that. I was like, why would God make somebody a criminal like that? Do you get it now? Why would somebody do that? Personally, I'm not that way. But what I'm saying is, why would God do that? Doesn't that make atheism seem more viable? Like, why would God make somebody a homicidal maniac or a murderer or a bigot? How exactly does that prove the existence of God when so many people that believe in him are basically just bigots?
Okay, so before we move on,
And you gonna be age phobic? You gonna age Gen X, dude?
the episode is about to end.
Thinking.
Lucas, the episode is about to end.
Oh, you gonna be age phobic?
Okay, so
You gonna yell at me?
there's one
This is what we're
last
doing now?
topic.
This is what we're doing now. You're gonna yell at me and snap at me.
Lucas,
because
I'm
you
not
want to
snapping.
make
You're the
it-
one snapping at us all the time.
Oh, but you have a girlfriend, so you
So?
have more than me, and you should just have everything, right?
Okay, let's move on.
Why?
The last
Let's be
topic.
bigots. Let's all be age phobic.
Do you want the
classes,
KFC
right?
or not?
Why doesn't your generation ever love? Why do you
I
always
don't
try
love.
to...
I bought you so many KFC.
Oh, it's all about the chicken. Meanwhile, you're getting laid. How do you love me? How do you love me, Gen Z? How? By giving me chicken while you hit the pussy? Who the fuck are you, bigot?
Okay, so you don't want the KFC.
Oh, I should just have chicken while you get laid. Who the fuck are you, bigot? Why are you like this? You telomeres are a trait. Oh, I should just eat chicken but not have a girlfriend. Why doesn't Gen Z ever hook me up? Why are you age folks, you little bigots?
So no KFC?
Dude,
Okay, are we moving on to the last subject or no KFC?
why age folks? Why won't you date a Gen X dude
No,
even
that's
after
not the
this
subject.
information?
That's my podcast.
Oh, it's not? Oh, it's not, you little bigots?
Okay, so the voices
Why you-
on the
why you
wind.
wanna bigot?
I want to know about the voices on the wind.
What the hell are you talking about?
The voices on the wind. On episode 1, you said you wouldn't listen to the voices on the wind no more than you have to. And I dig up some old posts of yours where you say that I'm not
Oh, the
crazy.
background.
The voices and yes, the background sounds, the bigot background sounds.
There
What is this
are
about?
people,
Are you having
there are
voices?
people around a block away talking. That's what I mean. Why don't you get anecdotes, Gen Z? Why don't you understand sarcasm, Gen Z? You telomeres are trait. You're just going to continue this age phobia and corrupt the DNA of your future children. Great. I'll take chicken, you take pussy, and you get laid all the time and give your kids corrupt DNA. That's what you want. That's what you're telling me. You're going to just give in to that.
You get the KFC.
I should have chicken while you get pussy. That's what you're saying, right,
Well, you
bigot?
accepted it all the other times. What changed?
Why are you a bigot?
I'm
Why
not a
are you
bigot.
so afraid? Sophie, why are you so afraid?
She's not there anymore.
Why are you bigots? Why are you age folks? Why won't you ever let us love?
You're greedy.
I'm greedy.
You
I
beg for
should have
KFC
chicken.
nonstop.
I
You
should have
lied
chicken
to
while
me.
you get
You
pussy.
lied to me.
Who the
You
fuck
said
are you,
that the
greedy?
pizza I got you was
You're
for
greedy.
episode 6.
You're the asshole.
But it was
Why
for
you gotta
7.
gaslight me? Oh, you should get laid and have a girlfriend and have your happy fucking life and your marriage and
I
shit.
get laid
Well,
every day.
you suffer your age phobia. Why are you? Oh, but racism sucks. Why are you going to give your kids corrupt DNA?
Tell me about the voices on the wind. Or no KFC.
Why are you concerned about that, gaslighter? Why
There's no
don't
gaslighting.
you
I want
love?
to know about the voices
What
on the
love
wind.
do you have, Gen Z? You little age folks. Why not give your kids stronger DNA?
Are they telling
by
you to do
giving
something
Gen X?
scary?
Why are you
Are they
greedy?
telling you to kill yourself?
Why?
What are
Why,
they saying?
Taylor? Why? Why are you greedy?
So what are the voices
Why
on
are
the
you
wind
a
saying?
bigot?
You need medication.
Why
That's
are
when
you
I'll
an
get you
age
KFC.
folk?
I won't get you KFC no sooner.
Fuck you! Fuck you. You get pussy and I'll have the chicken. Fuck you, bigot. This conversation is done, you motherfucking
I think
asshole.
so too.
Hook me up with a chick, you greedy motherfuckers. Fuck you, Gen Z. Why are you like this, you age folks?
I'm
If
age
I
folk?
was mad, yeah, I'm fine. If you stop, why are you greedy? How are you a classist and leftist at the same time? Why are you anti-racism but age phobic?
I'm not
Why
anti-racism.
won't you
I'm
date
Republican.
Gen X?
I would vote for Trump
Why
if I could.
you push? Why do you push Goldaor? This conversation is done until
I think so too.
you
I
hook
think
me
so
up
too.
with a chick, Gen Z.
No
Fuck
KFC
you,
for you.
Goldaor.
No
Fuck
KFC
you.
for you. Well, seems like someone's not gonna get KFC.